welcome back to Painting of the Geeks. You join us for a Carnevale special. This one is because we've got a couple of models to show you. These models were from the limited run they did during the Salute for 2019. So Claire's got one over there. She's going to show that first. So we got the
Guild Cappadocia.
Cappadocia.
Yeah, so looks very cool.
The first cappuccino they made. That's I'll keep calling him that.
Cappuccino.
And one other. There was about 4 different things there. There was the black Phantom guy, Spectre, whatever he was, the purple sort of see-through version, and then there was the diorama with the boat and the Russia, which I do like, and if I might get them next time they throw them up. But for now, I got this bad boy. So the limited edition Morgue, if that's how you say it, for the Rashar. This is limited to 250 models in the world.
Ooh!
And this is model number 131 because we have the product number there telling us it was the official one. And not some copy.
There seems to be a problem.
What?
My box. Your box.
You think I should have got more?
Well,
I could have got more Rashar.
I'm thinking I could have got more, really, because you've got such a big box there.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and I've just got that little
I
box.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Apart from your guy, I could probably just jump off a building and one-shot this.
I doubt it. It's since this has got like
when
4
we practice,
billion...
that's what's happened at every single game. Especially when you jump down and one-shotted my bloody leader, Negus. I was like,
yeah, but this has got like 40 billion wings, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got 45 million wings.
It probably has.
I think it's got 45 wings. So I'll take that off. And then we can have a look at the card for this. Oh, there is another side. There you go.
Cool.
Cool postcard.
Let's get a little sleeve for that to go in.
Yes, keep that safe. Keep it secret.
Keep it
So, now I've teased you with that. I'm actually going to build the other model first. Because I'm mean like that.
Okay.
So you have to stay to the end, or just fast forward like most people do to the end. Okay, so yeah, we have the base with the model, which is basically 2 parts. There is the weapons and legs. So what we'll do is, rather than doing these in 2 separate ones, I'll show you the bits for this, and then we can get those bits snipped off and then get it washed at the same time as we wash the parts for this. I don't think we're going to get mixed up, are we?
No, I don't think so.
So let me just move that card out of the way. Right then.
Notice the box is like scratched a little bit, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been trying to get out.
Ah, I see.
Oh, stuff. So we have
Air
some air.
from his lungs.
Air from the Morgan's lungs. This is very important. During the game, what you do is you point at your opponent and do that, and it knocks the model over, and you can. Sounds cool. With bits, we have more bits, and we have more bits, including base. And you can shake a sticker.
You've got an arm in you.
An army.
An arm. You've got an arm.
Oh, alright, so there is the bottom part.
You've got the head.
And there is probably the next part up, because that looks like that's going to go in there. What have we got? Oh, there we go. So we've got, that's the top part of the head, isn't it?
Yeah.
In this white resin.
Got like a body.
That's the next bit.
That's what that's going to be for.
It's the statue in the middle. Is that part of that?
Yeah, I would think so. I assume he's a patrician. There's the lower jaw.
Lower jaw.
And tentacles.
Okay.
More body.
More body.
Bit more body.
Bit more body.
Board name. More body.
So he's got plenty of body.
Ooh, and guess what?
Body?
Body!
Right.
Ooh.
Well, It was body.
It was body. I'm just jealous.
So what we're going to have to do is cut off all these bits of flash and bits and pieces there. And then this is quite oily feeling. I don't know if it's
fine.
Oh, she started popping the bloody bubbles. If you wanna do the stress paper, do it off camera.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So yeah, it's quite oily feeling. I don't know if it's just the plastic. You can probably see it's quite shiny on the camera. No, I think that's oily. I can still feel it. Yeah, it's oily. So that's going to need a good long soak. So I'm going to cut off all the bits of flash we can find. We're going to soak these bad boys. So I'm probably going to leave it at least half an hour in the stuff to make, because I don't want any resin incidents where it leaks through or doesn't stick the undercoat to it once it's built. So I'm going to give it a good half an hour to rinse this. You don't have to wait half an hour. We're not going to make you wait half an hour. We're just going to stop the video and come back when it's done.
We might do. Just
to make them wet.
Yeah, I think we should.
So I'm not what I mean.
It's just me that's mean then, clearly.
I could spend half an hour talking about the Star Wars trailer.
Okay.
If you like, or
that's a separate video.
Let's
put a pin in that one and move on.
Yeah, I've stayed away from Star Wars since The Last Jedi, but yeah.
The what?
Since that film, apparently. That fan film that somebody did. Right, so anyway, we will come back once this has been rinsed. And then you can see the rest. But we'll take this very moment. I was going to do a shy tape video. Now, if this has gone up in time, hopefully the Kickstarter's not done. But there's a Kickstarter from the terrain tutor, Mel, who's on YouTube. If you want to know how to make terrain, he's really good at it. I've been watching him for a few years now on YouTube, and we did actually get a chance to see the D-Day board that he's made. We did,
yes. And that was fantastic.
Because we saw that at War Games when it was open in Southport. It's no longer open, unfortunately. But there is a Dyson Dex, which is just around the corner from it, and it did reside in there for a little while, but I think it's gone to Warlord.
I think it has now, yeah.
So the D-Day Beach was a fantastic board.
Yeah.
So go and give him some support on YouTube. Go and have a look at his YouTube channel, like and subscribe his videos. Like and subscribe ours as well, obviously, but like and subscribe his. But at the moment, if this has gone up in time, there is still a Kickstarter running for his new book, which he's going to do. And even if the Kickstarter's over, you might be able to do a back pledge on it to add anyway. But give him some support, because he's ace at what he does.
He's very good, yeah.
So I was going to do a shout-out video, but I think I'm about to run out of time. So anyway, we'll be back in 1 second after all that nonsense. See, I could have probably got going for half an hour. I could still start talking now. Even now, I could keep going. Okay guys, so we're back. Yes, I did talk for the last half hour maybe. It took ages to strip this bad boy down actually. There was so many little bits that had to come off, be filed down. It took ages before I even got around to actually rinsing it. Even after I've rinsed it, I've seen steam bits that I want to file down maybe, and things I'm going to have to fill. Because there are a few little air bubbles. There's not many. I'll grant them that. And one of the things I did notice when I was doing the teeth on this, it was filled with pieces of the actual mould. I think there's a tiny one left in there. You're not going to see once it's done. But so whoever's got the one after me might have missing teeth, probably. But you can tell there's bits on the model where there's like holes formed, or where there's little bits of over. I don't know what you call it, just bits of flash really that's not set in the right place. Probably where there was a piece of mould missing. But oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. There's a hole there, for instance. It's not really an issue. I can fill that. But there's a few little ones like that dotted around. But what I want to do is stick it together and see which ones are outwardly facing and obvious, and which ones aren't so much. So the only other thing I did need to do with this big model is this bit was slightly out of alignment when I test fitted it into here. So I had to put that in boiling water and just push it down into place. So there is still a gap, but it lines up, so I can just fill it with some green stuff, which we'll do in a minute. So we'll stick together the easy model first. So this is pretty straightforward. We literally have one leg which is going to go on there into the running position, and then the arm's going to go on that side, the sword arm's going to go on that side, and then we're going to put them onto a green stuff base like the rest of the models from Carnevale, and that'll be it. So I'm going to go glue this together and show you the finished model for this first. Okay, so there is the finished cappuccino.
Cappadocia.
It's very cool. Actually.
It is actually.
I do like the running action he's got going on. And this was apparently the first model they designed, cast for, not particularly this one, but this was the first one that they tried.
Cool.
Yeah, this is the very first model they ever made.
That they were designing for.
When they were designing it, maybe when they printed it. I think he looks really cool.
He does actually, he's got a lot of motion.
So you got 3 of these dudes now.
Yeah.
Should be able to use all 3 of them, maybe in some like Assassin's Coven, some sort of
Brotherhood.
Oh, I was going to say it. You spoil it then. I was going to use every other version. Alright, okay. So, now the big guy. So, base, obviously, we're going to start with that. Got a good solid base on this. So this next piece was the piece I had to line up like so. It does line up better than it did because that now matches. However, there is still a gap. I don't know if the camera's picking up. There is a gap there, so I will need to green stuff that into place. I'm going to put some in. I was going to fill it afterwards, and I'm going to fill this just before I stick it on as well. But that's a nice solid base. I don't need to pin this part at any point. And once that's glued in, that's going to be pretty sturdy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you back in a moment. Okay, so we've got that bit stuck on. You can see that. Fill that bit with green stuff. I'll do any structural filling I'll do as I go along. Any sort of like aesthetics I'll take probably after the video, to be honest. It'll probably be easier to do it that way. So the next bit we have is this bit. So this is like an aesthetic bit of damage. I'll wait until I've actually finished and it's all dried before I start fiddling around with this because I don't want to upset any of the structure. So this bit is a bit that's on there. So this bit's got like 3 holes on it. You can tell which bit it is, and then the one bit where it connects, that's going to go onto there. And then once that bit's on, we have this curved part next, and that, the right way up, is going to go onto there. So these are the next 2 parts I'm going to put on, and I'm going to put these on now. But what I'm not going to do is glue them to it, because in the middle goes the statue, and he fits into that hole there. So when you're cutting this guy, if you've got this model, you'll notice there's a big bit of flash on this foot and a big bit of this on this foot, and I didn't cut either off because they both look like they were pegs. The back foot, he's got walking back, isn't, that's just flash. This is a peg for fitting him in there. So try not to cut that bit off. If you have, don't worry about it too much because it is just a peg, so you can glue him in place, but that's where he's going to go. And I want to paint him separately. So what I want to do is make sure that I can get this into place. So it's a bit fiddly, but once I've glued these 2 parts together, I'm going to test fit this. If I can get this in afterwards, I'll glue this on, paint this separate, and glue this bit on afterwards. If I can't, I'm going to have to leave the whole bit separate. So I'm going to get these 2 bits together, fill any gaps, and then we'll see where we're at, and I'll come back and let you know. Well, you'll see what I've done. Okay, so I am going to leave this bit separate anyway, because there's bits in here I need to get into paint, to be honest. And it's only logical to leave this bit separate. So we're going to leave that bit separate. For the statue, because I can glue this bit on there quite happily, we're going to glue the hand onto there. And then that should be ready to go. Next up, which bit it is this bit, I believe, because this starts to get increasingly larger now. I don't know, I feel like it might go the other way, but no, it starts to get increasingly larger at this point. So we're starting with this bit here. Is going to attach to this bit. And that should go on pretty easy, but what I do want to do is I'm probably going to start using a few pins on this just to keep it in place. This looks like it will probably be a pressure point because obviously everything up to this point is supported by the big base it's got, and then this bit's going to change angle a bit and everything else is going to be pressured onto this point here. So I'm going to pin this into place, and then after that bit will come this bit, which is the massive hole there, and then that bit there. That bit slots in. Which round is it? That way around, I believe that goes. The best bet is to try and line up these circular edifices, if you will. Because obviously it doesn't go that way, so it must go that way. Because these fits are a bit odd, shall we say. Turn it around. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to pin this bit into place, which is why I'm showing you all these bits together. So that's going to get a pin, that's going to get a pin. And then we're on to the last part of the serpent, which is this bit. So again, we line those up. There is a gap here in the arm piece. It doesn't look too bad because we've got arm piercers, so there's kind of is a gap. But I'm going to want to fill it. And again, I'm going to be pinning. So I'm going to take my drill, and probably the best place to pin is the end part there, so I'll probably smooth that out a bit. Might even cut the end off to make it flat. Put the drill bit in, drill a hole, drill a corresponding hole there, then use a brass rod or a piece of paper clip or whatever I can find. I do have some brass rods, I'll probably use them, stick it together. And I'll do what I did with the base, I'll also put some green stuff in as I'm constructing it because I want to get it right in there. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get in afterwards. So I'm going to get a bit of green stuff around there, push it together. That should force the green stuff out of the gap, and then I can just clean that up with a scalpel. Not scalpel. Scalpel. Need a scalpel. No. With a one of these. Sculpting tool. There we go. You began with an S. Yeah. So let's get all these parts together, and then once it's on here and it's pinned into place, I shall come back. Okay guys, just come back. Claire said you guys might not know how to pin because she didn't. So basically what I've done, I've cut a flat piece off there, just off the end. Not too much, just enough to give me a good point to drill into. I'm going to be using, this is the Citadel drill. And you just pick a point on there to drill into, which I've done on this one already as I was doing it. So again, this is going to be the first of the pieces. So I want to put a nice long pin in this one, just to give it a bit of extra strength. And when you're coming out, just do the opposite, just to make sure, because you're going to pull some material out with you as well. And then again, in here, we're going to drill a hole. And I want this to be a nice long hole. Just got to be careful that we don't drill through the outside. It's not the end of the universe if I did, because then I could put an even longer pin in, glue it in place and cut it off and then fill it. So it's not the end of the world, but it's probably better if I didn't drill all the way through. There we go. So you can see some materials coming out there. So my drill bit's moved in a bit, so make sure your drill bit's tight. There we go. Okay, so we have the hole in there, we have the hole in there, and we have some brass rod. This is, there we go, pull it out. A bit fiddly to get out because it's vacuum sealed.
I'll get hold of it. I've got some nails today.
There we go. Choose the clippers.
Generally
Pliers would be better because if you apply pressure, it would cut it.
Yeah.
But this is the 1mm brass rod. You can see that there. There we go. That costs £3 as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure the brass rod fits first before we go cutting it. It should do. You can use paper clips for this, if you don't want to go and get yourself some brass rod. Paper clips are generally strong enough. Brass rod is a bit stronger. Just going to make that hole a little bit bigger. Don't want to do it too big because then we lose the strength. But we need it big enough to actually fit the brass rod there in the first place. There we go. Come in. There we go. Yes, that fits in. See how it goes in there. That's got a pretty good strength on that. Doesn't move too much. And again, check the fitting in here. You're best using the whole thing because then it gives you plenty of brass rod to make sure the hole's big enough and it's going to fit in before you actually start cutting it to size. Yeah, pretty good. I want to make that a bit bigger actually. I'm not entirely happy with that yet. And I'm worried about going through it a bit now. But again, take your time. Don't put your finger where I'm putting it because if you do go through it, go flink, and then you'll stab yourself in the finger with it. So don't do what I'm doing. I'm literally doing that because I'm trying to feel, because I'm not really forcing it, I'm trying to feel for any sort of pressure point. But if you start forcing this through and then it jabs, it is going to go into your finger. I have done it before.
Ouch.
I think that's big enough for me. In you go. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, should hold it in place. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. I'm going to stick this into here. I will probably glue this into here like this, rather than going through the process of measuring it. I'll just cut a bit off, a nice long bit. Longer than I need, and then I can fit it, cut a bit off, fit it and cut a bit off. That's my process of doing it. You could measure it and save yourself wasting a bit, but I never measure. No. Just like I never read instructions properly. So there we go. So I'm going to glue that into place, cut a bit off and get it measured up for that. So I'll come back just before I put the green stuff on and show you. Okay guys, so we have the pin in place there, that's going to fit into that and hold that in place. Then we have pin, I think it's number 2. Pin number 2 is going to go into that one. Pin number 3 will then go into that one, like so. So I'll give it a little bit extra support because there's a lot of weight on this. This has got the longest pin of the 3. And then it's just a case of getting like a little sausage, shall we say, of green stuff, little sausage of green stuff, and that's going to go around. I'm going to make a loop of that, same size as that hole. Make sure it's on the outside of it. So when I crush these two together, it should push some of that green stuff out and fill the gaps that are showing in there. Again, hopefully I can show you this without it going completely wrong. So something like that, and then we'll put the glue in. He's going to do it on camera. We'll put the glue. And make sure the glue goes on the inside. You don't really want to get glue onto the green stuff because this is just a filler. It's not for strength purposes. And now we're just going to push this down into place, which is the interesting part. Like so. I'm going to keep going until we've got it where it should be. And there we go. So that green stuff has filled the little gap that I've got that. It gives me something to work on because now I can put more green stuff into it without it disappearing into the gap that was the. There we go. Just pushing that into place. I've got to come back to this anyway and fill that gap there. So I'm going to leave that as it is, and when I'm filling this little gap down here, I can sort that out as well now. Okay, so that should give that plenty of strength. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that with these other parts, and then we'll return. Okay, so you can see now how all those bits go together. You can see the gaps where the green stuff is, so I know where to fill it later. Okay, right, so onto the head piece, which is basically these last 4 pieces. We have the lower and upper jaws. They're going to stick together to make this nice, cool looking guy. Then we have these bits. It's kind of like tentacle ears.
Like an antenna, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're like an antenna. Yeah, so that one goes on there. They only fit one way, so it's just if you get them mixed up like that, just fit them on. If they're going to glue on there, they're going to glue on there. And this should attach. Also, make sure this. I thought this was the top part at first, because it looks like armoured carapace on the top. It's not. That's the bottom part, so that can fit into place like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. Glue this onto this body part, and then we'll come back and have a look at. We can have a look at the finished model, because I can probably get it to sort of stand together, because we've got the obviously the statues on there as well. Okay, so we'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so here we are. Head is on. Just show you approximately how it goes together, and that I could actually get it together. I was just making sure I could get that statue in. It's wobbling a bit because it's not glued on, but I need to paint it, so I'm going to have to leave them separate for that. You can see that head on there. It's pretty awesome. There's a little bit of filling that needs to be done on the jaw, not a lot, that's some liquid green stuff job that. And then the rest of the stuff's probably more like upper green stuff filler on there. But yeah, I was going to keep rattling around though. This guy is huge and awesome, and I really like him. And I cannot believe that I can take this dude in 100 ducat force. But I can, and I will. There we go. So, okay.
That's my model.
You can hardly see him because the dude's head. Hello.
My model, yours.
Equal. I'd say they were equal in the game.
Yeah. He's probably just going to go, humph.
Well, that could happen actually. And what joke can I say? If I roll 5 or more hits, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. So you get a big kick-ass awesome model, and I get a tiddly awesome model.
I want to do a big kick-ass guild model. You can have a big kick-ass guild.
What would it be of though? I mean, the guild are just like
but
humans, aren't they? Really?
If you look at it from anybody else's perspective, the Morgar is, I think, the biggest model, isn't he? Apart from maybe the Black Spectre or whatever his name is, Black Phantom, Black Panther, Black, whatever he is.
Black Shroud.
Shroud, Silver Shroud.
Silver Shroud.
Silver Shroud.
There you go.
There we go. What?
I don't know.
Right. There we go. So that is our special Carnevale video.
Stop pushing my model out of the way. Just push yours out of the way instead. Okay, I'm taking mine over here.
Okay. I'm really looking forward to painting this actually. But before I do that, I need to just sort out all those gaps and stuff. Before I do that, that needs to dry. So I'm only going to be leaving that overnight at least before I do the next stage on it. And you'll see. Oh no. And you'll see. And you'll see it when it's done on the battlefield. Might do a test game, see if the 100 point with this in can defeat everybody else or anyone else or whatever. I don't know, it's got 45 wounds in it, it's nasty.
It is a nice model, I must admit.
It's a lovely model. Right, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. As I said in the middle of the video, I was giving a shout out to the Terrain Tutor. So if you didn't miss that shout out, there's another shout out. Go and have a look at his YouTube channel. If you get time, go and support. If you got the money, I mean, if you get time and money, and you go and support him, you can support him on Patreon. And he's got his Kickstarter for his book, which we're going to back.
Yes.
So, hey, in a future video, in a year's time, or whenever it comes out, we'll be able to do a video on that.
Yay.
Cool. Alright guys, so we shall see you again soon for more Carnevale goodness. The good news with that is that it's nearly done. To be honest.
Hurrah!
I've just got the church and a few of the plaza bits to finish off. And Venice will be finished and ready to go. So stay tuned. It's all very exciting.
Yes.
Cool. So you guys take care and bye for now.
See you soon.
Brah.
Aww.